So what's going on guys, Kid here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today we are checking out Time Raiders and we will see if this game is worth playing in 2022. So at the start we will look into this mobile MMORPG game, then we will see how good the combat is, then how fun are different classes to play, then how does the in-game progression and the artifact system works and much more. And then, just before we start, I want to put a quick disclaimer that yes, this video is sponsored, but I'm not getting paid for saying positive or negative things about the game. All that they said is just to give a try to this game and see if I like it. So if at the end of the video you want to try this game out, then just click my link in the description and download Time Raiders for free on your iOS or Android device. And with all this said, let's get right into it. So Time Raiders is a unique Eastern-themed adventure MMORPG, which can anyone play for free on iOS and Android device. As this game is currently in the open beta, so new players can try this game out right now, and they will be able to participate in exclusive events for a chance to win a variety of gifts and in-game items. As you can see from the gameplay, Time Raiders world features a stunning 3D graphics and a vast world to explore. This game is massive multiplayer enabled, so you can play by yourself or with friends, and then later you will have access to features like clans, rankings and much more. This whole game story takes place in the fantasy world, where all players are relic hunters, so then we follow the main storyline and try to undiscover all the missing artifacts. And where in other MMORPG games, you are the main guy in the storyline, then in Time Raiders you're basically like a historian that is still doing cool things like fighting monsters, but most importantly you are a hunter that is searching to undiscover every single hidden item and story in the secret underworld. So then let's move over to the character customization, and surprisingly, as this is a mobile game, the customization is very in-depth, so we get the full customization experience like in any other PC MMORPG game, and that includes face shape, makeup, hair, even eye or tattoo colors that come in different shapes and sizes, and much more. And then lastly, we get to change and customize our clothing, which the more we play the game, the more outfits we will be able to unlock. While we are making our character, the next big part / choice is our class. And right now there are 3 available classes called Blade Master, Gunslinger and Sage. Each class has different playstyles and gameplay. So the Blade Master gets to use a sword and he's an expert in close combat. He has high survivability and good control, so this is basically like your typical melee warrior. And then lastly, there are 2 specialist options to choose from. So you can choose to go the duelist route and get 3 skills called the Serrated Edge, Crosscut and Tiger Pounce. Or then you can pick the second option called the Guardian, and then you will get the Dragon's Wrath, Blade Blossom and Martyr's Advance. As I understand, both categories are very good and will do the same damage, so this is just basically like a small in-depth feature, which by choosing the Duelist or Guardian, you will be able to customize your character and choose the skills you like better. Then moving over to the second class, which is the Gunslinger, and as the name implies, you will use guns. The Gunslinger is a master at range combat, and you will get a very high support and range stat. As far as specialties go, we again can pick 2 options, so you can pick the Sharpshooter route and get skills called the Evasive Tactics, Rapid Fire and Nerve Shot. Or on the other hand, pick the second option called the Technologist and get Motion Tracker, Multi-Warhead and EMP Bomb. And then lastly we have the Sage that gets to use a magic staff that can turn into an umbrella, and this is basically like your priest class that has the highest damage and range from all the other classes in the game. And then lastly there are again 2 options to go with. The first one is called Ritualist, and you will get the Machination, Judgment and Airbound Trust skills. Or then the second option is called the Runecaster, and by choosing this you will get the Etropy, Incantation Starfall and Lunar Foray. So overall, as you can see, this game has in-depth customization that gives you a variety in your playstyle, but still at the same time, it will be simple and straightforward. So it doesn't overcomplicate things, especially at the start, because trust me, the more you will play the game, the more skills, passives and unique effects you will be able to unlock and much more. As I mentioned, Time Raiders don't have any locked classes, so you can start off with a martial artist and then change into a gunslinger or even a mage. So then let's move over to the progression. And first of all, let's start with your character level. So like in most games, you can level up by completing quests and the main storyline, and this will tell you the story of the Time Raiders in this entire world. Then besides that we have gear, so as you can level up you will complete quests and eliminate enemies, which in return will give you different items. So then you can just equip best gear that you can, and by getting better and better armor, your overall character rating will increase, which will be very useful in endgame multiplayer content. And then lastly we have the skills. So I picked the Blade Master and I unlocked 3 sets of tiers called the Blade Master 1, 2 and 3. Each tier you will be able to unlock after reaching specific levels, and then even further we will be able to upgrade the existing skills even further, so to increase its damage, boost up the different effects and much more. Then moving over to the next part, which is the story and the main questline. So here we have 2 menus that simply explain our big goals in this game. After big milestones like level 40, 70, 80 and etc, we get to unlock more features like pets, vehicles, then even cool multiplayer dungeons and much more. And then second of all, we have the story menu, where we can see the whole layout of our progression, and at any time we can see what right now we are working on to complete and what story we have already finished. So then let's move over to one of the most fun features, which is the artifact system, and you can find them all across the world by exploring, participating in different events, and by just progressing through the main storyline. By opening Artifact Codex, you can see all the items and objects that you can collect, and the more you collect, the more power you will get. And then on top of all this, these artifacts will improve your power and give you a secret piece of information, which will improve and unlock more information in the storyline and much more. This is an endgame system that for players that enjoy 100% completion will definitely enjoy. And then moving over to the next one, which is the outfit feature. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, by completing quests and progressing through the main storyline, you will be able to unlock more features. And besides just changing your character, they will give you special stats as well. So starting from level 35, you should definitely invest your time and look into this mechanic even further. And then lastly we have the pets, and this is a small but very nice feature. So after getting to about level 40, you will be able to summon a pet, and this little guy will auto loot all the loot for you, while giving you XP bonuses and even damage boosts against monsters. And then of course lastly, the more you will play, the better and more unique pets you will be able to unlock. So then moving over to the last and final conclusions about this game. And over my countless of hours of playing Time Raiders, these are my main reasons of why you should try this game out. So then first of all, this game by far has one of the best graphics I have ever seen on a mobile device. Not only you will be able to experience a high quality textures, but as well your character will change with each gear that you equip. The different cinematics, animations and even shadows that you will be able to see will really make you engage into the game, and you will really want to experience it as much as possible. Then as for the second reason, I never really thought that I would say this, but the in-game sound effects and the background music actually sounds very good. And like in other games where you want to listen to some random music while farming, in Time Raiders, I found myself just turning up the in-game volume and experiencing all the adventure for myself. Then my next reason for playing this game is the in-depth character customization. And when I say this, I don't mean just different systems like skill upgrades, relics, crafting and etc, but you as well can make your character look and feel the way you want to play. Most MMORPGs really like to overcomplicate things and give you 100 stats and then 20 different more tabs that you need to customize to just get very little bonuses in return. But in Time Raiders, you still get all of that build diversity and customization without the hassle of wasting your time, and instead giving you a few tabs that each are fully customizable, and each tab or thing that you will change will actually impact your gameplay. So then for one of the last reasons, we have the very unique storyline. In most games you are either way in an alien planet or in a medieval city, trying to progress and survive. But in Time Raiders, all players are adventurers that are looking for lost treasure, and you will have to fight mysterious blood monsters that have been lost for many centuries. Then for the next reason, we have that Time Raiders have very unique and diverse of features that any player can unlock by just progressing through the questline. So what do I mean by this? In most games, unlocking pets, getting to use vehicles or even accessing different outfits will usually cost you real life money or hundreds of hours spent, but not in Time Raiders, because like I previously showed you, you will get a set path that gives you everything that the game has to offer for free. So you get to use vehicles, pets and different outfits by just progressing, and this makes the whole leveling experience a lot more worth doing and fun. And then lastly we have the multiplayer aspect. I personally really like to play with my friends, and in Time Raiders you get to unlock rankings. Then you can join different clans and with them participate in different events and much more. Then as well, while leveling in the public zones, you will always see countless of other players leveling as well. So this makes the world feel alive, and it will motivate you to climb up the ranks and try to get as strong as possible. And that's about it. So I really do appreciate everyone for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other good Time Raider topics or guides that you would like to see in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. If you're still watching and want to experience this game for yourself, then click the link in the description and download Time Raiders for free now. And of course, thanks to them for sponsoring this video. And then lastly, while you're doing that, please click like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and you won't miss any more amazing content from me. With all this said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video, so take it easy, peace.